here the camera is mic caps. The camera is fixed here with help of the adapter. Now the software is here, mic caps. So here you can see. Now double click the software. Mic caps micro view is the software. Then double click the software. Now it will open. So once the software opened, you have to select the camera. So here is the camera list. Under you have to select which camera. So here it is the camera, one camera, and you select, just click on that and it will open. So it looks completely dark. That means there is no signal to the camera. Now we have to switch on the microscope, as well as you have to place the sample and focus it. So it's already done. Then now you can observe your sample here. If it is required, you can increase and decrease the intensity from the microscope, and you can adjust the fine focus. So then once it is done, so there is a option called snap. If you want to capture an image and save, then click on snap. So once you click, then you can see 001. So this is the image captured. You just select here and go to file, then save as. So it will show you where you want to save. So you can just simply select the folder. I have already created a folder called camera images. Then you can just select which format you want. So it normally JPEG. So then give some file name. So I'll give some test 5. So that's done. So it's saved. So once it's saved, the name will be changed and it's done. The saving option is done. Snap. So then here also some options are there, live, snap, format. So there you can select which resolution you want. Usually we'll go for high resolution. If your laptop or computer supports high resolution, then you can go, or else 1280 by 960 I have set here. Then always keep the high resolution for snap. So then RGB24 is the default one for a color image. Then there are also options. So you can see exposure, gain, white balance, black balance. There are all options are there. So exposure and gain, just collapse this. You will see all these options. Just take out the auto exposure, not required. And here exposure time and gain is there. So gain should be 100% always. Here you can see. And exposure time, you can increase and decrease the exposure time here. So you can see now how it looks. So if you decrease the exposure time and increase the exposure time, you can see the changes in the camera. So keep some minimum, and whenever use maximum intensity from the microscope. Whenever you require the intensity more, then just increase the exposure time from the software. So that's exposure and gain. And for white balance, sometimes camera may detect some bluish, reddish, different colors. So by the time you just select collapse white balance, and you can see this one, and place at some white area. Place the small square at some white area and just select white balance. So accordingly your sample will be changed. And again, once it is done, then collapse again. So black balance also required if you require a black image, or for fluorescence usually. So there are a lot of options. So until and unless you require something, you should not change. So it's a color image. If you want gray image also, you can see now it's a gray image. So color image means it's a color image. So the same way, flip button. So this is particularly for the orientation of the image. If you are moving horizontally left to right, the image also should move from left to right. If it is vice versa, then you have to select horizontal. And the same way, vertically, if you are moving from your end to other end, the same way it should show, or else you have to select vertical, so that your microscope and image both are in same direction. Then rotate. So you can rotate 0 to 270 degrees your image, and you can capture. So there are other options also. This is completely in camera window. So there are folders window, there is undo redo window, there are layer window, there is message window, measurement window. So ours is camera window. There, here are the lot of options. So we have already done the snapping, capturing. Then we'll go for recording. So if you want to do recording, so first place your sample, better focus and give the better intensity. So once your image is clear in the live in your software, then you can go for record. Once it is done, select record. So if you say record, so it will give all these options. So first one is already selected, so let it be MP4 H264. Then go for next, and set the name of the captured video file. So I'll give some 6 here. Select the directory for the video file. So you have to select one folder. So I'll give camera images is the folder. Okay, so done. Then say next. Again it's a default bitrate and bitrate are there, so don't change, let it be. Say next and say finish. So once it is done, it will turn to red, that means it's recording. So for your observation, just move your sample or whatever you want to record. So until and unless you require, you can record, and once it is done, you just again click on record, it will turn to blue. So if it is done means it's recorded and saved into the folder which you already given. So then I'll just minimize the software and I'll go here in camera images. You can see whatever the stored one, and mine is 6. So this is the one which I recorded here. So this is the video file, you can see, which I have already recorded. So you can close, and then I'll go to this one. There are a lot of options, you can see file, edit, view, browse, setup, capture. So these are, so mostly you can set at once for the standard settings, and if it is required something, just you can play around without disturbing the settings. So now help about is the software version and all, here it will show. So then once it is done, you are done and close.